Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to the vlog. I hope the start of your day is incredible. I'm just hanging out with some ball pythons today, and I have a box that's going to be here any minute. And I'm going to be honest with you, the contents of the box isn't as important as the meaning of what's in this box. You guys know that I've been on kind of an up and down journey when it comes to one particular project that I founded probably 10 years ago, and that project is the Sunset Project. And you guys know that this year we had a couple possible head clutches that we cut with no success. Because you can always do this. All right, let's go. Last egg. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Wish me luck. Last egg. Come on, please. Please, 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 please. Ah, it's a normal ball python. Well, this box that's going to be here any minute has something in it that is going to be really, truly emotional for me. And if you remember, yesterday, this box was supposed to get here, and it ended up getting lost, kind of making the kind of emotional journey even more incredible. So basically, I'll get into some of those emotional things, and I'll get into why this project has been kind of an emotional up and down battle. But my buddy Brian Custo from Triple B actually reached out to me, and he was kind of bummed about what had happened with the Sunset Project for me. And he was like, you know what, Brian, I want to send you one. And I had mentioned that, sure, I could go out and buy a Sunset, even though we produced the first Sunset, but it was about a principle thing. And again, we'll get more into that a little bit later, but I just couldn't bring myself to buy something that, and by the way, Triple B stickers, thank you so much, Brian, that I felt was kind of unrightfully taken away from me, right? So I was like, you know, I'm going to produce my own. I can't see myself do it. Well, Brian reached out to me and said, you know what, you've done a lot of things for me, and I'll tell you a little more about what the whole journey of his Sunset Project was. And he said, I want to send you something. And guess what? Inside this bag is a little baby Sunset. Now, you got to remember, this will be the first time that I've seen a baby Sunset in my own hands since I produced the last one years ago. And I'm going to be honest with you, just the thought of this is just kind of tripping me out right now. Oh my gosh. So he told me that he had a cinnamon and an enchi, and I wasn't sure which one he was going to send to me, but he ended up sending me a little Cine Sunset ball python right here. And again, it's a little bit cold. It's been in transit for the last day and a half. It was supposed to be here yesterday, but it's still okay. It's still moving around. And I tell you what, guys, I mean, it's hard to explain the emotions of this project, because again, going back all those years ago when I paid $70,000 for the original Sunset out of Africa, worked on it for years and years, finally produced it and was at the pinnacle of it, and then to have it kind of ripped away from me, this is, it's kind of, it's hard to even explain, to be honest with you, the emotions of holding a Sunset again. And I can't thank my friend Brian for sending this to me. As a matter of fact, he's going to be here later on tonight, and we're going to get a chance to celebrate together. He's going to be on the podcast. But guys, I mean, I tell you what, I thought that one day I might produce, I'm shaking right now, I thought that maybe one day I might produce another Sunset. And until then, I didn't think I would ever hold one. But here I am holding one, and it is, it's hard to explain the emotion that I'm going through right now, because it's been a very difficult journey with this one, because I love this project so much, and it's been such a hit in the reptile world because it's so unique and it's so different. And I was so proud that we were the founders of it. And for the last 7 or 8 years to not have anything to do with the project has been so hard for me, you know, mentally, to have to know that I should have been producing so many and been on the cutting edge of something, and it didn't work out. And to actually hold one again, it's, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for Brian for sending me this, and I'm so thankful that I'm back in this project. It's so beautiful, and I don't care about the money side. I don't care about the fact that there's value to it, or that one day I might produce something that's worth some. I don't care about any of that. I just wanted to work with it again and start to play around and put it into projects that I was super excited about. And again, I just wasn't going to buy one because I felt it wasn't right. that I would go out and spend money on something that I should have already had, and I wanted to do it by just, okay, I'll eventually produce one with all the possible heads I have. But now that Brian has sent me this beautiful animal, and as it's warming up, it's moving around more, we'll get this set up right away so it can get on heat and get back to good, because it's definitely had a difficult journey. And again, it's kind of ironic that, you know, through this bumpy journey of this project, that this animal would get lost and show up a day later. And by the way, Brian said this was the first snake that he ever had that got lost in transit. So it was like, almost like, what's the bad juju on this project? But here we are, guys, a cinnamon sunset ball python that is absolutely mind-numbing. I mean, it is crazy, and I just cannot wait to start working with this. So again, we'll talk a lot more about this project with Brian on the podcast when we have a couple hours to talk about it and really get into it and so on like that. But there it is, guys. I mean, I think I need a nap because I'm emotionally drained right now. I mean, it is so freaking gorgeous. So, all right, I'm gonna go set this baby up. Again, I just can't get over how absolutely gorgeous this snake is. I mean, I'm just gonna set it up, let it get a little de-stressed, warm up and stuff like that after a long journey. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are kind of wondering what I meant by the backstory of that. You know, when we finally produced the sunsets over the next couple years, we were the only people in the world that had sunset ball pythons. They were super sought after and, quite frankly, very expensive. And so things were going really well. And I'll talk about how Brian Cusco actually bought a pair of heterozygous for sunsets for $25,000 for me, which ultimately are the parents to the one that he sent me now. But unfortunately, and I don't want to get deep into it, but someone that I entrusted with the collection actually stole all my adult heterozygous animals, you know. And again, at that time, BHB was a very big company, much bigger than it is now. And so I didn't know. We had about 10 hets, different type of mutations, and all of them just were there, right? And it was pretty easy to just take a pastel het sunset and put a normal pastel in its spot, and I wasn't going to notice the difference because we had a lot of animals. And it wasn't until the next year when we bred them out, we produced 49 eggs. Now, on average, we should have produced probably 25 sunsets. At the time, they were going for like $65,000 a piece. We didn't produce even one sunset, not even one out of 49 eggs. At that point, I had heard rumors that maybe it had happened, but I was praying that it didn't. And unfortunately, that was the reality. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't want to get back deep into that. All I want to say is that it took the wind out of my sails. I mean, it basically changed my whole vision of what I wanted to do with BHB. But I don't want to make this into a sob story, because to be honest with you, I wouldn't be where I am today if that didn't happen. And because of that event and a few other things, I really decided to move forward with my vision of the Reptarium, and it took years to get there, but still, it was like, that was the catalyst that brought me here. So yeah, you could look at it as like, oh my gosh, I lost a lot of money, life would have been different. But the truth is if that wouldn't have happened, I may be still doing BHB on a big level, and I wouldn't have found the happiness in life that I've found now with the Reptarium and all the things that we're doing. So in a way, I look at it as a blessing, right? That made me move in a direction that I really wanted to move in, but I was afraid to move in. And finally I said, you know what? It's time to start making that move. To really add insult to injury, my only sunset male passed away the next year, so that I was only left with a couple het males, i.e. the reason why I have a bunch of possible hets, because I took those het males and bred them to produce possible hets, and I thought one day we would actually produce the sunsets. And you got to remember, there's a few animals like the pinstripe ball python, the Sunset Project, the Scaleless Project, a few projects that we were really proud of and really changed our world, right? And so the fact that we actually didn't even have a sunset in our collection anymore was a big bummer, right? And the fact that we have one now is huge, even if I've never breeded again, just to have it, because again, it's iconic to have pinstripe ball python, sunsets, you know, all the things that we kind of were known for. And it was so hard, I'm not going to lie to you, to not have that project. But again, I don't want to look at it as a negative. It was really a positive, because it moved me in the direction where I downsized BHB, I moved into this place, started the whole vision of the Reptarium, and got where we are today. So the truth is that although it might have seemed like a horrible situation, it was really the best thing that could have happened to me, because it made me really go after what I really wanted to do and find follow my dreams at that. Now, when it comes to Brian Cusco, let's get back to the hats that he bought for me. And guys, I know that this is a kind of talky vlog, I get it, but it's a story that is really defines who I am and the direction I went in. So regardless, Brian was one of the early people that bought a pair of hat Sunset for me, and he raised them up. I think they were about 2 years old, almost ready to breed, and he called me one day and the female had passed away. I mean, just out of nowhere. She was doing well, she passed away. And you know, I've been in that position before where I bought really expensive snakes and had them not make it, and you know, it's a terrible feeling. Not only is it because you love the project, but you've also invested a lot of money and you were excited to produce it. So at the time, I had a bunch of heads. Like I had mentioned, this is before that whole incident happened. And so I said, you know what, Brian, I'm going to send you almost ready to breed female for free. I'm just going to send it to you because that's the right thing to do, you know? And I sent it to him, and sure enough, that next year he produced his first Sunset ball python. And I remember him being so happy and sharing those pictures, and I was so happy for him. As a matter of fact, that was right around the time that I was supposed to produce and didn't produce, but I was still super happy for him. And so it was super cool to see a guy that is a good friend of mine succeed in something where it didn't look good. And I was glad I had a little part to do with it, right? So regardless, now a few years later, Brian produced and he called me up. He said, if I produce Sunsets this year, I want to send you a male for free. And I told him he didn't have to do that because, again, I'm not in the investment ball python game these days. But at the same time, that project was near and dear to me and I wasn't ready to buy one. So I was like, if you want to, it's up to you. Sure enough, he ended up producing several of them this year, had a really good year, and now we have this project here. And again, he's coming in later tonight. I'll put a link in the description to the podcast because we'll be talking a lot about this and a whole bunch of other things, but it's just amazing and what a crazy emotional ride, and it's crazy to think that I now have a Sunset back in the collection. Excited to show Lori the new Sunset ball python because it's been kind of a rocky road to get back into this project, but this is super cute. Take a look at it. So here it is, Lori. What do you think? Isn't it pretty? It's actually a
It's been a while. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a
So it's
Sunset.
a cinnamon, so I can see that too. Yeah, no, I mean, they're definitely pretty. And yeah, I get, you know, it'll be nice to actually have one back in the collection after.
You can see it's now that it's warmed up, it's a little feisty. It's just like teeing off on you. It wants to bite you.
Which is good. That's a good sign.
It is good. Yeah, it came in a little bit chilly after a day and a half in transit, you know, so. But its tongue response is good, looks really good, so it's really awesome. So yeah, so there it is. You know, Sunset's back at BHB after a long hiatus. I mean, how awesome is that? So there you have it, guys. I wanted to take you on this emotional unboxing. Sunset's back in the collection. Again, big shout out to my friend Brian. Link in the description to all his stuff. Go show him some love. Go to his last video. Tell him in the comments how much you appreciate what he did for me. Again, if you guys want to check out, he's going to be on the podcast. We're going to talk a lot more about that. As a matter of fact, talking about the podcast right up here in the corner, you can subscribe to that podcast. You can also see a whole playlist here of egg cutting if you so choose. On this side, I hope that you're subscribed to this vlog channel. If not, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn the post notifications on. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you tomorrow.